So that's South Africa. We're at this Beitbridge border post. As you can see, it's a very intense place. It gets very busy here. We are never short of police here. Yeah, so we are waiting because of police checks. Zimbabwe is a free country, but one thing that characterizes it to visitors is that the presence of police is almost everywhere. And it appears more that they stop cars than they stop people. It's something that you get to see in Zimbabwe. I think the police people who are traveling with a car much more than they would police probably people who are just walking. I don't know why there is so much interest on cars than the rest of the people. So across there, that's South Africa. And that's where we'll be crossing very soon. Hopefully we won't take a lot of time. And we are joining the light vehicles lane. The signage here is just a little bit of a problem as to knowing where we are going. I think we're going this way. As I said earlier on, there is police. Here there's also the National Army. There's something that you will get used to in Zimbabwe. The army, the police, they kind of work together almost literally on everything. I don't know what the army needs on the border. Honestly, I don't understand that. Because I don't see the role of the army on the border, but certainly the government does. But it's one thing that you will sort of get used to, that it happens that way. So yeah, we are going to vehicle entrance. Okay. Okay. Tu se takampaka mota baba. Okay, thanks. All right. So we're going to park there according to him. Go to the guy with the white t-shirt on the wall there. And then we go, there's another window. So we are just parking here. And we will be out of the car for some time because the processes here tend to be a lot. They are convoluted, if you want to use that word. But eventually we have to get through them. So this is that. This is my first time to be at the border after it has been upgraded. It looks much nicer now than before. I think, as you can see, the ambience is much better than the previous building. I think the amenities, toilets, you can see there's some kind of order. People can walk on pavements. Previously they were not pavements before. It was difficult. It was very difficult. But I think there's still room for more to be done, just to make sure that people have facilities like somewhere to drink water if you need water. Obviously, I was just talking about it, it's there. You can now drink water. At least at the border there's water, you can drink water, isn't it? There was no water in the water before. So at least now you can drink. Obviously, I struggled to drink that water. But overall, I think the process is a little bit better now. I think compared to 2 years ago. Yeah, there are still a couple of steps that a person has to go through. But I wish they could put all amounts on one computer. So you don't have to pay there. I think that's the only challenge that one would have, because it creates unnecessary queues. It's the same. This is a government sort of department, so if it's all brought together, it's much easier for the traveler. And if all stamping is done at one place, if steps could be reduced to 3 only, that would be fantastic. So in this particular case, we are exiting. Yeah, so we are done with the steps that are required there. And yeah, I think it's an improved process though.
It's a quick one.
It's considering that the fact that there were so many. Consider the fact that it's midweek. Realistically, what you would want is to make sure that people don't spend a lot of time, which I think we didn't spend a lot of time.
It's just jumping around.
But I think that we could still see repetitive processes where you pay here and then you go and pay somewhere else again. Okay, thanks. Yeah, much better now. Self-check process. I think that is fantastic. I think overall there are marked improvements on the way of handling customers, but like any customer service sort of initiative, there is still.
Why they can't do this in the other borders?
Obviously, this is a high volume one. Maybe they will get there later on. The other, we know that this is happening only at Beitbridge, but hopefully.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Find yourself.
Good.
Thank you. I think it's in terms of ambience, I think it looks much better.
No, the process.
The process is way improved compared to what it was. There's
2 years ago.
less manual handling, and there's a track corner there. It's more streamlined. I think there's a sense of order. You can see passengers are going, those on foot traffic is going through that way. And there is still this thing about the army, the use of the army in civilian law, which people don't understand. There's still the use of the army in civilian roles, like the border. Honestly, I don't see why the army needs to be involved in that, but they are, as you can see. The bridge is narrow. Obviously, this is a very challenging bridge. There's still a lot of people who are standing and sitting by the border gate. It would be nice if everyone uses the same way. All of them are on that side, and some here, some there, so there is easier, better management. Because this gate, the bridge is so narrow. So if people are walking in within the vehicle lane, it's a little bit of a challenge. It allows for opportunities of accidents, which shouldn't be the case, given that there is a specific dedicated road for pedestrians. Yeah, so I think on the Zimbabwe side has improved. I think that where the government has done well, we need to acknowledge it, and I appreciate that they have done something about this bridge. This gate, the entry into Zimbabwe, it is much more improved than it was, say, 2, 3, 5 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. Hello.
Is it morning or
It's still
Morning.
morning?
Yeah.
Now it is
9:30.
morning.
Find yourself.
I 11:30.
Can I please, man? Can you just do me one favor, my guy?
Yeah.
Allow the lady to drive. I heard that the women drive better.
She doesn't have driving
I don't
rights
like
for
life.
South Africa.
I'm giving you permission.
Yeah. Put it in writing.
Yeah, and I understand that.
As you can see, there is a lot of trucks that pass
Thanks,
through.
guys.
Thank you.
I'll drive you next time. Once I get my license. Thank you.
Yeah, so we're now on the South African side. Let's see what South Africa has done for the past 5 years. Ever since I was on this side, what has changed? What is still the same? Historically, this part of the border has not had a lot of challenges, apart from maybe people feeling delayed because sometimes the processing is slow, but because there are not so many officers, there are less people being allowed in. But also, South African side tends to be very strict when it comes to their border as well. So often when people don't have documents, that might work as a cause for delay. But let's see what has changed ever since then.
Okay, this one.
So we are now heading to the South African side.
Thank you.
So those are immigration.
So that is the line.
So there are lines different lines. It's midweek now, so it's a little bit quiet here on the border. So usually the customs, it's fairly quick, unlike the customs in Zim. So in South Africa, you don't get to pay insurance, road tolls or whatever on the border. You pay tolls along the way. So as a result, the processing of people on the border is quite fast because it's pretty much nothing that they need to do apart from immigration. I think immigration is the heaviest kind of thing that you need to do. I think I can say it takes about half the time. It takes about half the time to get past the South African side. Half the time that you need to cross the same side. I think on a good day, obviously. That's what happens. So we are through with the processes of the border. So we are heading to the gate. We're exiting the gate on the South African side. In other words, we're entering South Africa now. This place can quickly get very busy if buses come. I think the beauty at the moment is that there are no buses because they can fill this place quite quickly, quite easily.